Got an awesome national championship game going on right now. I was going to open these right before the game when I got home. I got home a little late, had to do some refing, but I decided I was going to do these at halftime. First half took forever, but LSU stormed back, and I think, what are they up by 10 at half? Be exciting second half. Sad to see college football be done, but this means the winter will be over. Still got a couple, obviously, NFC and AFC championship this week, and then Super Bowl. But football's coming to a close. That means, before you know it, baseball will be here. Pitchers and catchers probably report in another month or so. And also, we have all kinds of new releases starting to come out next month for baseball cards. And big news today in baseball, the Astros penalties were handed down. And basically, their GM and their manager were suspended a year, and then the owner just fired them. So I thought it was pretty. There's some draft picks, and the fine really was nothing. But I thought it was a good penalty, and it's just kind of becoming annoying hearing about all this cheating and different things going on in baseball. Other things I'd rather hear about. I don't know where I ran across this exactly, but I found a hobby box, not a hobby box, but wax bat box. I don't know exactly what they would call it, of these 1993 Upper Deck fun packs. And I guess this would probably be kind of a Upper Deck's version of this Topps Kids from 1992. And so I think they made this in 93 and 94 from what I saw on eBay. Relatively cheap. And I don't know exactly how many packs I'm going to open right now. I guess until I get bored or the video is too long. I always like to imagine what it would have been like in 93 to roll up and get a few packs of these. I don't even know how many packs there are in here. I'm guessing there's a lot. I'm guessing maybe 48 packs. There's only 6 cards in a pack, but they're kind of goofy looking cards from what I was able to YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't think there's gum quite like the 92 Topps Kids, which was all the rage for a while. Let's get to these. Like I said, I don't know exactly how many packs I'm going to do, but until I get bored or until the video gets long enough, and then I'll sign up. Probably end up giving a lot of these away, letting people open these. So these are a little stuck together, it feels like, as are often the cards from Upper Deck. Oh gosh. Oh, this is actually going to be awesome. So here's a prime time. It's like a cartoon, and it's Deion Sanders. That don't look anything like Deion Sanders. Larry Walker, who's gathering support for the Hall of Fame, and was really an awesome player when I was growing up. This is a Glow Stars. This looks like a sticker, and it feels like a sticker. You maybe put on your wall. Yeah, you peel it off, and it's Carlos Baerga. I remember him at the end of his career. It's pretty good. Here are the base cards, basically. Very colorful, kid-friendly. Jose Offerman and Jack McDowell, who kind of controversial. There's the back, so they're just 1 year stat, and then interesting little drawing there. This is the cool thing. This is a little fold-out of Darryl Strawberry. So this is when he's with the Dodgers, but I guess you can put it like this, and it looks like a normal card. That's why I was so confused. I thought it was stuck together. So I'm thinking that I'm not going to find anything that's worth anything in these, but man, am I going to enjoy looking at how strange these cards are. It's snowing a little bit on the way home. Hoping for maybe a snow day at the end of the week. It looks like some snow moving in on Friday. And if there is a snow day, I will have made sure that I get some cards to open. Here's the base, Edgar Martinez. Basically, the first DH to be in the Hall of Fame. Glow Stars, Roger Clemens, one of my favorites. Zane Smith, an old Pirate. I don't really remember Zane Smith. Rob Dibble, one of the nasty boys, won the World Series in '90. He was an analyst when I was younger. And Frank Thomas, little cartoon. And Kirby Puckett. Tom and I have an awesome story about Kirby Puckett. Tom was coaching Little League Baseball. About the same time I coached for a year. Tom coached for quite a while. And he was going to some kind of like, the Royals did it in Yankton, but like Twins Caravan type thing where there were some old players. And one mom said, I hope when we go that Kirby Puckett's there because he's my favorite player ever. And I really want to meet him. And he had been dead for quite some time at that point. So that's a funny story Tommy and I always talk about. This is a Frank Thomas checklist. I've seen these cards before, Stars of Tomorrow, and it's Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza was one of the mini Dodgers who won the Rookie of the Year. I love this card, the Rocket, kind of that cartoony card. All-Star Scratch-Off, Darren Daulton versus Ivan Rodriguez. To begin, split the card in 2 sections. So, oh geez. I'm going to have to do this. See if I have anything. I have some Topps coins. And that ain't going to work. I might save this for later and see what this is all about. But you can see it has the National League All-Star and the American League All-Stars, the lineup, and then, I don't know, maybe you scratch off and figure out what they're ranked. I'm going to look into that. These are freaking awesome cards. I think they're even better than the Topps kits. Darren Daulton, I believe he passed away not too long ago. Bobby Bonilla, still getting paid by those Mets till, I don't know, 2030 or something. This video might be longer than I anticipated because these are really fun to go through. You know, nowadays we have things for kids like Triple Play, which suck. Big League and Opening Day are not so bad. Opening Day is basically just Topps, but it has the Opening Day sticker on it. Mitch Williams, Wild Thing, gave up that home run to end the game and end the World Series to Joe Carter. Roger Clemens, Dave McCarty. Boy, that's a no-name. Really young-looking Jeff Bagwell. You usually don't think of Jeff Bagwell in the old-school Astros unis, but he had been playing for a couple of years by then. Jeff Conine was a longtime Marlin, and also I remember him with the Orioles. Pretty solid player. Jim Abbott played for the University of Michigan. Threw a no-hitter, and he, of course, played in the majors with one hand. So if you younger guys don't know Jim Abbott, check him out. He would basically switch, after he delivered the pitch, would switch his glove that kind of sat on the nub or whatever you want to call it, and then he would field with that. These are just awesome cards. So here is Ozzie Smith, the Wizard. Charles Nagy. Like I was kind of saying, these are way better than what products there are for kids nowadays. Marquise Grissom, he had a solid career. I remember him with the Braves, I want to say. He probably was with quite a few teams. This is a kid star. So in 92, I led the National League with a 330 batting average. So this is his kid picture. I'm going to guess that's Gary Sheffield. And I am right. I think Gary Sheffield also played in a Little League World Series. I'm not sure if they won it. Here's Don Mattingly. Ken Hill. Kenny Hill. David Cone got his autograph, and he was able to throw a perfect game, which is pretty magnificent, obviously. Kevin Mitchell. Tim Raines, who's in the Hall of Fame, but he loved his cocaine in the 80s. I remember reading something about he had kind of a down year one year, and he was probably pretty heavily influenced by drugs that year. But he started sliding head first because he would keep cocaine, the crack, like the rocks, in his back pocket. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Tim Raines is a pretty good player. I don't really remember watching him much. Kevin Brown hated when the Yankees got him. Here's another sticker, Frank Thomas and Scott Erickson. Scott Erickson, is that really the baseball picture you want? Being the gopher at the bucket, the shag screen. Seemed like when I was in college, I had to do that every single year. I mean, I wasn't our worst player, but damn, I was always on that shag screen. That sucked. Hated it. Mickey Templeton, who didn't really ever get to watch. Here's a checklist. Juan Gonzalez, who I definitely did get to watch. George Brett, this would have been really at the end of his career. And he won 3 batting titles in 3 different decades. Here's Kenny Lofton. He played for the Yankees at the end of his career. He ended up playing for a lot of teams. Jay Bell was a good player for a long time. And Chuck Finley. Saw him at the end of his career. 93, I was only like 2 years old when these would have come out. But I still know a lot of these guys. Dave Winfield. Minnesota boy that is kind of legendary. Ryan Sandberg's a Hall of Famer. A couple Hall of Famers right there. Here's another one of them all-star scratch-offs. And it's Fred McGriff and Frank Thomas. I really am interested to see what those are all about. But I think I'm most interested in seeing or getting some more of those pop-ups. The Darryl Strawberry one was pretty cool, if you remember that. God, my video is getting up to close to 10 minutes or 12 minutes, but I'm just loving these cards. I'm going to open up quite a few. Here is all-star advice from Ramon Martinez, of course, older brother of Pedro. Not near as good, but Ramon was still pretty good for a while. This is what I want. I want some of these pop-ups. I can display those. I did take some baseball card things to my room. My classroom is really starting to look nice. This is stupid. This is just a mascot hologram. BJ Birdie. So he's for the Blue Jays. And then Tim Wakefield. Boy, this is a really young Tim Wakefield. Look at this. This is after his first year, and he was 8-1. The 2.15 ERA. Wakefield, I used to watch him pitch all the time against the Yankees, and man, some days that knuckleball would just be filthy, and other days he wouldn't be worth shit. Of course, he gave up that famous home run to Aaron Boone in 2003 to send the Yankees to the World Series. Here's Shane Mack. Dave Need, I don't know who that is at all. Kevin Young, seen this card a lot of places. Stars of Tomorrow. Paul Molitor, a Hall of Famer. Greg Jeffries, and another guy that was really good for a while, but struggled with some personal problems. Was that good? He ended up pitching in the major leagues when he was 19 years old. I actually had some kids open up Topps 92 kids, and we got a Dwight Gooden card, and I told him that. Think about, some of those kids are 17, and Dwight Gooden 2 years after that was pitching in the majors. Ricky Henderson, who is a all-time great, most runs scored, I believe, most stolen bases. Ramon Martinez again. Here's another mascot, the Philly Fanatic. Green Man suit. If you ever watch It's Always Sunny, that's kind of funny. Steve Avery, Jimmy Key, and Barry Bonds in that Giants uniform. Was that his first? I think that might have been his. This might have been his first year with the Giants. Was '93, or maybe it was his second. Excuse me. I'm not sure how many cards are in this base set, but I haven't really gotten any duplicates yet, so that's nice. Tony Pena, he was a manager for a really long time, and I think he was on the Yankees staff for a while. Robin Yount, Hall of Famer at the end of his career. This is a nice card, the Ripper and the Battle for Eternity, and this is Cal Ripken. Doug Trebek, he's a pitcher, but he's doing a little catching there. He's got a catcher's mitt on, kind of a goofy looking pictures. Gary Sheffield and Juan Gonzalez, both guys that could really mash. I think I'm just going to finish with this stack of packs, and then I'm going to open some off camera. Right now they're announcing the 11 best players in college football history. It was the 150th season of college football. Football doesn't even look the same today as it did long ago. Baseball is probably the only sport that really has pretty much stayed the same. I mean, the game is played a little different, but Andy Van Slyke and Cal Ripken. Football, I don't even think looks like probably the same sport as when they first started. These are tough to get apart. Oh, this is an easy one, this next one. This is Randy Myers. He's a good reliever. I scored 108 runs, had 115 RBIs, and walked 122 times in 92. That's got to be Frank Thomas. And it is. Looks exactly like him, but skinny. And Tony Gwynn. John Kruk. Tony Gwynn is my sister Val's favorite player. I got a package of things to send to her. And there's plenty of Tony Gwynn on there or in there, so I'll probably throw that one in as well. This is Ricky Henderson, another all-star advice card. Read pitcher's move, get a good lead, crossover step, stay compact, head down. This is the only card you need to teach kids how to steal bases. I haven't coached baseball in a couple summers. Always enjoyed coaching that 13, 14 level. You can steal a lot of bases, not because your kids are fast, but because catchers' arms are poor. Pitchers don't have any moves. I have no idea who Phil Hyatt is. Barry Larkin's a Hall of Famer. The Big Cat, Andres Galarraga, one of them stickers, the Wall Stars, and Paul Molitor. I think that might be one of our first duplicates. I remember opening Paul Molitor. So as much as I like the Topps Kids, I might like these even a little bit better. Both are awesome. So this is just a little promotional card. It says Trade Upper Deck. You got Wade Boggs, Hall of Fame. Had some crazy averages in the 80s. Craig Biggio is another Hall of Famer. There's a lot of Hall of Famers playing at this time. Carlos Baerga, I think I already got a sticker like that. Wall Star. Jimmy Key. And my last one here. My video is getting way too long. Nobody's going to want to watch this long. But these cards are just a lot of fun. Albert Bell, who was terribly roided up. There's that one clip where he ran, I think, was it Fernando Vina over, and then did the big flex. But he hit 50 home runs in, I don't know, maybe 96 or something. Mark McGwire, speaking of another roided up guy. This is my favorite McGwire right at the, well, towards the end of the A's, because he really just started to bulk up, grew out the hair long. Ricky Henderson again. Here's another one of those pop-ups. It's Marquise Grissom. I think Marquise Grissom. Barry Bonds checklist. Doesn't say this is a different Barry Bonds. And the last card is the mascot. Yoop is the Expos mascot. Expos obviously no longer a franchise, moved to DC. Got their first World Series victory this year. So I've got maybe before I go, I should do this all-star scratch up. I'm going to get up and try to find a coin quickly. And I'm not going to edit that dead air off the off this video because I don't know how to. So, see if I can get my camera rigged up where I can do this. Like I said, most good video people would edit this out, but I don't really care. I'm not. Let's see. I don't have a. Maybe it'll stay. And if this don't work, so I guess I'm not really sure how you do this, but it's some kind of game. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to look at these. I'm going to open some more of these up. Next time I do a video, sometime maybe later this week, I'll start with one of these. Sorry for the length and the shoddy camera work at the end, but these are fun cards, and I wanted to check them out. So I'm going to open up this stack while I'm watching the rest of the National Championship game. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'm going to save some of these fun packs, and some of you guys that watch my videos, go ahead and hit me up if you want some of these. I'll definitely give you some. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your week and enjoy the football game. Thanks for watching.